Mr. Mandela, Mr. Nelson Mandela, a free man taking his first steps into a new South Africa.
It was a day that every South African will remember for the rest of their life. That day transformed the country from an apartheid system to a democratic one.
We were all glued to our TV sets when we heard it's going to happen, and we remember I can't remember the details, but it felt like hours and hours of waiting while somebody was trying to fill the time, explaining that at any moment now Nelson Mandela will walk through those gates. And then you saw finally the pictures of him and Winnie Mandela with arms in the air walking out of the prison gate.
These visuals are but a drop in the ocean of what footage the SABC has available on the late statesman.
It's a great privilege for us, and it's our responsibility to ensure that as many people and as wide as possible audience get access to that archive. And so we do this through our digital platforms, we do this through television broadcasts, we do this through our radio broadcasts. We also have a very close relationship with the Nelson Mandela Foundation. It's a relationship that we value very much.
The SABC has full copyright over a large percentage of the archived Mandela footage. The broadcaster therefore took the decision to place the material on the web to reach a wider audience who previously did not have access to the footage.
Well, for the first time, it is possible for audiences, especially outside South Africa, who have previously not been able to see lots of the SABC's Mandela video material, that they can now access it via the web, because whatever we put on our YouTube channel and on our news websites can be accessed from around the world.
But it's not only the people outside of South Africa who will benefit from the digitization of the Mandela archive.
For educational purposes, young people who now have access to material that were broadcast many years ago, and it's all now available, and in fact it can be used in schools and educational institutions to teach people about the recent history.
It's for future generations to also be able to learn from this valuable historical information, but it's also for people like you and I who want to learn more about who Madiba was, the role that he played.
The endless hours of footage, which was broadcast live on the SABC, has been digitized and can be accessed with ease on the SABC Digital News YouTube channel. In addition, production teams are assigned to special projects.
A lot of work goes on behind the scenes. You can imagine Madiba was not just the first black president of South Africa, but he was a global icon, and there's a lot of information and material. What then happens behind the scenes is that we have deployed a team that permanently works on just collecting such material.
The hours and hours that were broadcast live on SABC, plus the documentaries and background material and interviews and so on, it's all there on our YouTube channel. In addition to that, we're also doing projects such as the Mandela Diaries, where we try to utilize that material, package it in different ways so that people can have access to it related to today.
The idea behind all these special projects and digitization of the Mandela archive is to help enforce that people live out the slogan to make every day Mandela Day.
Twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
For SABC News in Auckland Park, I'm Nina Westhuizen.
So hard, like a diamond in the sky.